Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Green Light Checker podcast. I'm your host this week, Austin, here, joined as always by Zach, Joe, and Andrew. Doing a little recap on Pocono. A little bit of drama going on over the weekend. Actually, a decent amount of drama, I would say, from the race this past weekend. Then we'll get into a little bit of news from over the past week, and then into Richmond for next week. But start off with some Pocono. Denny Hamlin with the win and with the booze. How do you feel about the race overall, folks?
Pocono, the action track. It's here.
Yeah.
Is Pocono the new short track racing?
Apparently so. It was pretty wild.
Some more good racing from Pocono. I mean, I didn't expect it, a couple years ago. Last year was good. This year was good. Love the pit stop strategy.
Yeah, it's another one of those tracks that, in my mind, has done a big turnaround from Gen 6 to now. Like, I feel like Gen 6, I don't remember there being any. I could be completely misremembering, but I don't remember really looking forward to a Pocono race with Gen 6. But the past couple of years has been pretty great racing all around.
Yep, you can thank Denny Hamlin for putting people in the wall the last 2 years.
Yeah.
For making it exciting. That's great.
Yeah, definitely does add a bit of excitement when that's going on. So
it does. So what do you think of that move at the end? Do we want to talk about the rest of the race? Or you just want to go straight to the end?
Go straight to the end. Straight to
it.
We can hit on other points we want, but yeah.
So what do we think? Clean move, dirty move? What's our opinion?
It's the end of the race. He was racing him hard. I mean,
yeah.
Zach went back and posted some good screenshots showing last year versus this year, and you can clearly see that Hamlin did give another lane to Larson, and it was just the same result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did go back, like Andrew said. I wanted to see how tight he ran Ross versus Kyle, and you can see there's a seam in the track that I was sort of using as my judgment, and you can see that this year, Denny was definitely way lower than he was with Ross. Like Ross, he was putting in the wall, 100%.
Absolutely.
Kyle, I don't think Denny ever had the intent to do that. They made contact, but I genuinely don't think that's enough contact to shove him in the wall. It was so light, and I kept seeing people post like, "Oh, well, his hood flaps went up. That's how hard he hit him." Well, Kyle Larson smacked the shit out of the wall, and his hood flaps never came up. The hood flaps came up because of the difference in air pressure, that low air pressure nonsense. We've seen it before. So I don't think Denny intended on doing anything. And at the end of the day, like Andrew said, it's the end of the race. You're going for the win. The only way to make a pass at Pocono in the lead. I mean, did we see a green flag pass for the lead? I don't think we did.
I don't remember one.
No.
Like a true on-track pass for the lead. I don't think we did, because it's like a single lane, and it's really tough to get by. So, and we kind of see this at mile and a half. This is just sort of the way I think you have to pass the leader in this new car. It seems like throughout the field we get decent passing. You don't have to do the sort of shenanigans as much, probably because everybody's affected by dirty air, so nobody's like, in a golden situation. But with clean air being so OP and being the leader, this is really the only option you got, being in second. So it is what it is, and I don't know what everybody's so mad about either. Like, what's really the difference in between what happened at Pocono versus somebody getting the bump and run at Martinsville? How's that really any different?
Right.
I think that the take I saw most was like, I agree. I don't think he meant to intentionally take out Kyle, but everyone's like, oh, at least just own it. Like, yeah, I ran him tight. Kind of
what happened last time he owned it and said he ran somebody tight.
True. Well, that's the thing. That's why
I know Denny remembers.
Because back when I rattled his cage, you could say that. Now you can't, apparently. And that's why I wish NASCAR would just back off that stuff. Because it kind of neuters the personality of it. Like, hey, I want Denny to come up. Yeah, I ran him tight. I didn't mean to wreck him, but just race for the win. Gonna keep my foot in it. So.
Yeah, I mean, and you even heard Larson, like in his interview, like he said something about how, I don't want to say how I'm going to race Denny. Like, so these guys are all very well aware of what they can and can't say. So I think what Denny's saying is what his intent was to not. I don't think Denny ever wanted to actually put Larson in the fence, and I think that's what he's saying. I mean, it happened. Yeah, I mean, you can see it when they come off exit. Denny jumps like 3 lanes down, like immediately. Like he did not want to put Larson in the wall. So I don't know. It is what it is. It's hard racing. Like, isn't this what we want? Don't we want guys fighting for the lead with how many 10 laps to go?
I mean, the only reason it's a big deal, I feel like, is because it's
Larson.
HMS again, and it's Kyle Larson. I mean,
and Denny Hamlin. Everybody hates Denny.
And the second time
exactly.
Denny has walled Larson for a win this year.
At that time, it was Larson's fault. Kansas was Larson. He put in the wall, and then he comes across Denny's nose. You don't get spun out without going across somebody's nose.
Yeah. That's fair.
So I mean, I think that was just racing. Larson was pushing it.
That's not how Larson fans see it, but I agree.
Well,
with you.
they don't see a lot of things the way we see them, do they, Joe?
They don't.
The hardcore ones. I don't know. I think it's a fan favorite versus a not fan favorite, and that's why everybody's pissed off. You flip the cars, you make Larson be the one that puts Denny in the wall. Everybody loves it.
I think that's always the interesting thing about these situations is even Denny saying, well, if Larson was in the same position, he would have done the same exact thing. It's like, yeah, I have no doubt about that. But would you, Denny, be sitting there like, well, he just raced me hard for the win? Like, no, you've been in those situations and you've, cried about it. You made fusses about it, just like any driver has. I mean, it reminds me of like Logano at Daytona flips a time or two, and it's like, this kind of racing is dangerous. This is ridiculous, and then goes out there and races dirt harder than anybody else out there. It's
right.
Like, okay, pick a lane, bud. Like, if you're really that adamant against racing this kind of dangerously, then don't go out there and make the most dangerous moves on the racetrack. So I don't know. It's just I want to call it hypocrisy because I mean, it's human nature. You're in the guy. You got the shit into the stick essentially. You're going to be upset about it. And then if you're on the giving side of that stick, then you're like, well, that's just racing hard for the win, which, I think it's just kind of always interesting in that situation because flip the tables, Denny's pissed about it, saying I'll racing this, I don't know, just frustrated about it like Larson is. But Denny in this shoe is like, well, it's just hard racing for the win. He would have done the same thing. So, okay. I don't know.
The one thing I will say to sort of cover Denny in that is, he did say Larson has every right to be pissed off, and if it was me, I would be pissed off.
Right.
So it's kind of like, he's acknowledging that side of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not like Larson doesn't have any reason to be mad. I don't know why he's mad. He does it all the time. He was like, yeah, if I was Larson, I'd be mad. That's what he said in his podcast today anyway. So
right.
I don't know. Well, I think you're 100% right though. Like, I mean, that's the driver mentality, right? It's okay when I do it to you, but when you do it to me, no.
Right.
And here's a dirty little secret. All the drivers are that way.
Yep.
So I just want to throw something out there. We'll get back to this. Joe linked the old link to the podcast. Everybody's watching the old one right now.
Oh, whoops.
Brandon hopped in and then Thomas hopped in saying the same thing.
Yep.
So
welcome
to the red stream, guys.
Welcome
to the
red stream. My bad.
Sorry about our Bronze 2 streamer over there.
Incredible.
But yeah,
we never claimed to be good at this.
Be sure to
the guy that gets wrecked.
Those of you listening, by the way, be sure to tune in to our live stream every Tuesday around 9:45 Eastern time at the Green White Checkered Podcast. So be sure to tune in and see our beautiful faces and Zach's logo.
Yep.
Yes.
I occasionally have a webcam.
Yes. If his wife lets him use it for the night.
Yep.
His wife.
Yeah, you guys share wives, remember?
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
So,
what were we talking about
something
again?
about
We got sidetracked.
Pocono.
Just the whole Pocono, Denny, and Kyle Larson thing.
I mean, obviously, the guy that gets wrecked is always going to be mad, right?
Yep.
But also, I mean, Larson dropped a couple spots right off the bat, but I think he damaged his car when he went up under yellow and hit Hamlin.
Do we think that should be a penalty, by the way? There's some discussion about should that be a penalty? Farting around under caution. I mean, William Byron got a penalty for, funny enough,
dangerous,
booting
right?
Denny. It's caution.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be fucking around under caution.
Yeah.
That means pause. I don't know.
It's HMS. They're not going to give a penalty.
I mean, they gave Byron one.
Well, then
What'd they give him last year?
Byron turned him, though, didn't he?
I mean, still, you're going up there playing reindeer games. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think they will give him a penalty, but
I think it was points and he got it appealed and got him back.
yeah. Oh yeah, that was funny because Denny was the one who got spun out and he got the worst of the deal.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
He was the only one that had a points penalty. And I mean, I think there has been a lot of times where Denny's been kind of roughed up, and he's just like, "Fuck it." I think he's kind of entering his Harvick era, where he's just gonna run people how he fucking feels like he needs to run people, how I need to get a win. And that's the other thing too. This was a huge win for him. Was it 7th at Pocono, making him the all-time winner at Pocono, 50th career win, and 600th win for Toyota, which apparently Chris Gabehart said to him coming to green that restart. So. You know,
There's
Well,
a
added
lot
motivation.
out there to win.
yeah,
Yep.
there's a lot on the line, so it's whatever. I want to see you guys getting out there and getting after it. If this move happens at like lap 50, I feel different about it. But
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
10 to go, whatever, man, go get it.
Yeah, I think
Made
it
for an
was
exciting race.
Yeah, I like you said, I think that's kind of stuff we all want. Even Larson fans, if they were honest with themselves, I guess they would say they would want that too. Just not
Right.
against their driver, who is their Lord and Savior.
Roles reversed, they would be the happiest people alive in saying that Larson's clean and Denny wrecked himself.
Yep, exactly. Easily.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. I mean, some more drama, though, throughout the field.
Good boy.
Obviously, we had...
It was everywhere.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
Everywhere.
We had old Silver Spoon Austin Dillon.
My favorite.
Yeah, everyone's favorite driver. Have a little drama with his former teammate, Tyler Reddick, with an unsuccessful helmet throw at his car after turning himself across his nose. So that was quite interesting. I rate that throw like a 0.5 out of 10. Just abysmal attempt there. It was horrible.
That's a high score. It's a really high
I
score.
went back and watched it. If this was like New Hampshire, that was a pretty good throw. But he didn't account for the banking, so he just threw it straight into the ground, basically.
Yeah, great dodge by Tyler, too, to cut it to the right a little bit, create a little distance, and avoid it. I mean, that was just clearly on Austin. Nothing you can say about it. I mean,
What are you mad about, bro?
yeah.
Yeah, you turn across his nose, dog.
Didn't he make
He
some
was there.
comment to Junior as well? He was like, I heard Dale Junior's analysis of it, but I don't agree with it or whatever. Like,
Yeah, no, yeah. In his junior said something like, I think that was more on Austin, and in his interview, he's like, I don't agree with Junior on that one. It's
right,
like, okay,
exactly.
All right, bud.
All right, watch the replay again, and you'll still probably have your own stupid.
And I
opinion.
think I'd have to look it up. I think he tweeted recently. He's like, I still believe that, or either that or NBC posted something that like he still believes Reddick wrecked him. It's like, dude, stop.
It's so stupid.
Can we get him checked for concussion?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right?
he did hit the wall a ton, but I mean,
Mhm.
who are you fooling, man? You wrecked yourself. You turned left across his nose. You're 3 wide. I don't know. Get over it.
Yeah, just stupid. Won't take responsibility for his actions. Typical Silver Spoon kid. So, yeah, I mean, it was just dumb. He's an idiot. So, love that. More drama. He had Ryan Preece and Corey LaJoy. Preece, this is the second week in a row that he's gotten mad at. He was at McDowell last week. He was mad at McDowell.
McDowell, yeah, your
And
two
then
favorite
this week-
drivers.
Priest
Yeah.
is just going after Drake's.
He's going after
Drake's,
I mean, who's next week?
his
is gonna
driver
be
lineup.
William Byron.
He's going for Dale
you
Jarrett.
got to be up front
Dale
to get William
Jarrett.
Byron.
That's true.
Yeah, go to Hickory and find Dale and
Yeah,
take him out.
Exactly. Yeah, but the classic.
I did see the replay though. LaJoy did clean him
Oh,
out.
for sure, 100%.
Oh yeah. I don't know what led to that.
In
dude.
Priest's defense, he did get cleaned out.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
couldn't
Just a
tell if he
mistake by
just
Corey.
missed the turn.
Yeah, Corey
Yeah.
just missed the turn, and
Yeah.
then
It was something.
and then Priest with the classic, really, really great way to fight a guy while he's sitting in his car still with his helmet on too. So you're really doing
Yeah.
him a lot of damage, aka your hands a lot of damage by punching this guy while he's still in his
Yeah.
car and all his gear. So, because you saw Corey get out after and he still had everything on. So I'm like, what are you doing? First
Yeah.
off, if you're gonna fight a guy, let him get out of the car so you can actually fight him. Two,
Yep.
he has like you're just hurting yourself. It's just ridiculous.
Just like Clinton Newman at the All-Star race a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely a drama-filled race, which was good.
I kind of feel for Priest.
What do we?
Well,
Oh, go ahead,
just
then.
for not
I mean-
having any talent.
Well, I don't think it's that he's not talented. I think he is
mean,
really talented.
He's in a shit box.
car,
Yeah.
and he just keeps getting taken out week after week, and it's just he's
No,
got to
I-
be frustrated.
I
I mean, he
saw-
bought that ride. 100% bought that ride.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
With what money? I thought the whole point of him was he didn't have any money.
Well, so
I'm saying that
speaking,
he scrounged stuff up to get that ride. Like he
I mean,
sold
I'm sure he
everything.
had-
It sounded like.
I don't know. I thought maybe it was to come up the ladder, but I didn't know about the ride itself. Because Tony sort of prides himself on getting guys that don't bring any money, probably because he can pay them $4.
I
yeah,
thought that
I'm
was
sure.
Barry though.
Well, speaking of, because I saw a tweet earlier and I haven't pulled up about Priest having bad luck. 60 races since he started in Cup that he's had just like, and granted, some of them might have been his fault, but like mechanical issues, transmission, got caught up in big ones at super speedway races. So it's like,
Did you say 60 races?
this guy has a list of, I'll put it in the chat in a second.
Didn't he just start Cup this year?
No, remember he was at JTG for a while? In
Was he?
2020?
Yeah, for like
Yeah.
3 years.
Oh,
And
I
then
don't
they
remember
lost. Then they lost that
at all.
charter. Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of
so-
JTG, fucking Ricky Stenhouse, man.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
He's been on a roll
Yeah.
this year. Them guys got speed. That's really cool to see. Happy to see that. Happy for Ricky, too. I like Ricky. He just hit too much shit.
First half of the year
You-
last year they were strong. So you get the Daytona 500 win, you got more money to continue through the season. I mean, they're
Mhm.
showing
Same
it.
front row now.
It's good to
too.
see. Yeah, it's same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's so true. And
So,
My-
speaking of Priest, what do we think of that caution there at the end?
initially, good no call. Eventually, you had to.
Yeah, I mean, he's stuck there on the track. I mean,
Right
I
off
think
the
he
turn
was
two.
sitting there. I swear, he could have gotten that
He
thing
was.
rolling. I think he was.
Yeah,
He started it up.
He moved
Yeah.
and then he stopped.
Yeah. He
He's-
was
he's-
waiting for
he's
the
a-
joy.
Yes,
100%.
but yeah, but obviously you don't know that in the moment, and you have to. You got
Well,
cars
no,
coming in.
Do you think they should have called the caution right away when they saw the car spinning, or
No.
give it a chance like they
No,
thought it was a great
No,
no,
give him-
like Joe
give him
said,
chance.
thought it was a great no call. I mean,
did? Yeah.
we've talked, especially on a
100%.
track that big. He's got, I mean, he didn't hit the wall. His car was more than
Yeah.
drivable. He had, however long the laps are there, pretty long for him to get fired up and get rolling.
50-some seconds.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
almost a full minute to get it up and going. I mean, great no call while it was a no call.
It's just so funny. It, like going back to how everything's circumstantial and who's leading. Like that's why everybody's pissed off is because it gave Denny the
100%.
win. Like any other time, whoa NASCAR, why are you calling that caution? You just want to
Right.
manufacture drama, blah blah blah.
Yep.
I mean,
it, was,
that's what would have happened if they brought out the caution there. It was a
It was-
manufactured ending.
it was the perfect call for them. Like NASCAR gets a
It
lot of
was.
shit for officiating. I thought they did just fine.
Yeah,
They did the same thing on Saturday when Allgaier lost his front bumper cover right around the start and finish line. They let
Yeah.
Austin Hill go all the way to turn 3 and then through the yellow. So, I mean, 2 good calls by NASCAR this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely some good no calls, and I appreciate that. I always like seeing them. I mean, we talked a bunch of episodes ago about how NASCAR seems like one of the few sports where cautions are not to clear the track. You know what I mean? It's not because there's danger somewhere on the track.
It's not safety.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's a car that got sideways. Let's put it out. For reasons. It's an oval track. They're going to be around to them quicker. You don't have as much time to make those judgment calls. But in cases like this where you do have that time, and cases we've seen over the past few weeks, I think it's definitely, it's definitely been an improvement from some of the stuff we've seen before. So, yeah, pretty good race. I mean, talk about the crowd too. I mean, this is brought up a lot of discussion as far as count, how many races each track should get. But I mean, sold out crowd, sold out infield. I forgot someone tweeted the comparison pictures from was it last year to this year, and just how much more packed
It was 2019.
Yeah.
It was
when
pre-COVID.
I-
It was
yeah.
pre-COVID,
I was
yeah.
like, I don't think it was last year, but from a little while ago to this year, man, it's just crazy how big the difference is. I mean, I think part of that's attributed to the racing's gotten better to me, but I think a large reason for that, from what a lot of people have said too, is the fact that it's just one race for the weekend. So I guess that kind of begs the question. What on earth? What can I say?
Begs the strategy.
What is that?
Begs the
saying?
strategy.
Never even heard of
Words.
that. Words are. I'm just throwing.
You put them
stuff
together, and sometimes it makes sense. and
Sometimes they do.
sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Why use few words when less words do trick?
Why use many word when few word? Yeah, that one.
I butchered that. You know what?
It's
Whatever.
okay.
But
We're fine. So begs the strategy. Do
Lean into
we get every
single race?
Yeah, does every racetrack only get one race?
You look at Dover. They have. Well, I mean, I know they were a Monday race this year, but even the Monday race was still pretty full. And I don't remember if they announced a sellout, but they were really full. They only have had one race for the past couple of years, so I'm in favor of taking races from people with two. I feel like Daytona, Charlotte, those types of tracks should keep two, but
Oh, so the one you live near, that one
Yeah.
should keep two.
And I agree with them there. Okay, I agree with them there.
Okay, got it.
Darlington keeps it, Martinsville, like all the ones within my.
Would you be okay with getting rid of a Charlotte race to gain a Rockingham race?
Ooh,
Yes.
In
a heartbeat?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is too, if you're taking away a bunch of dates from racetracks, opens up some opportunity in the schedule to do two Charlotte and a Rockingham. So, I mean, come on,
one Charlotte.
do a double header.
One oval and one Roval. That's what Ryan Vargas said. I'm looking at his tweet now because I brought it up. Because I'm like, I agree with this list, which is funny because it's basically the list that Joe just gave: Darlington, Charlotte, Martinsville, and then Daytona and Talladega all getting 2 dates.
See, I like Darlington with one date. I'm going to say it. I love Darlington, but I still just like.
You want to take the date away from Fox. That's all you want to do.
Every date away from Fox I can.
Yeah.
They get no
All of
races.
them. Let's only run half the season next year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, only the second.
Starting late June.
I don't know. I go back and forth with it. There's an argument for once a year races, and there's an argument for not. I don't know. It's tough.
I mean,
the purist in me would fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But I also get it at the same time.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it too.
I think Martinsville has to keep 2. I think Charlotte has to keep 2, and I want them both on the oval. God damn it!
But what if we add more short tracks? Are you still fighting for Martinsville to have 2? Say if we add National Fairgrounds,
which they're having that hearing
take
today.
away
I've been following
Martinsville?
along with some people's tweets about that. It's been.
I didn't realize they're already building the front stretch grandstands.
If you have taken away 2 road courses already, then yes. So, like, if we have taken away 2 road courses to go back to ovals, and then we're talking about getting rid of Martinsville for another short track, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I think with when you're going to one race, I think it does add a ton just because say like I have 2 options to go to on the date of the the night of the 600. I'm like, well, okay, I can miss the 600 this time, and then because I still got the Roval to go to, so I might miss that one, but then the Roval I might have some come up too, so you're losing that, or people just aren't making as much a priority if you have 2 races on the schedule for the weekend, and I think too that obviously just makes it a lot more of a commodity because this is the one time NASCAR is going to be here. I mean, scarcity drives up the market value for it, so if there's only going to be one race a year, you're going to want to go see that one race. So I agree. I think with Zach, the purist in me would hate it because I want some of these dates to keep their some of these tracks to keep their two dates. But I mean, Pocono seems like a great. I don't know if you could replicate that everywhere though. Like I don't know if we can just say, oh well, every track gets one day. Like I don't want to jump to that just because Pocono's seen a turnaround. But I mean, like Joe said, we've seen it at Dover and some places too. But I feel like with Darlington. I mean, I feel like they have great attendance at both races anyway. Same with Charlotte. Charlotte sells out, I feel like, both races. I don't think you have a need for that. But I think a race like Pocono where you have no one showing up to the races because you have 2, then you drop them to 1. I think we could be a little more selective.
And I mean, the thing it should also be stated, the only thing isn't that Pocono dropped to 1. They've also done a lot to attract new fans and stuff like that and get people to the racetrack by making it entertainment. Venue, concerts, this, that, thing. Like they do a lot. Now, are they able to do all those things because they only have one race to worry about? Maybe that's part of the answer. So I don't know. It's complicated. I think, really, I mean, the easy answer is probably for NASCAR to put these tracks on notice and say, hey, if you want to keep both your dates, show us why you should keep them.
Yeah.
Pack the stands. Put the pressure on the tracks to do stuff to justify their 2 dates.
And another thing,
Phoenix.
Pocono too. Yeah, Phoenix. Good
Yeah.
lord.
They'll if NASCAR could, they give them 4 dates.
If y'all remember, I mean, I think most years the 2 Pocono dates were really. I think they're within like
That was
3
the
to
other
5
thing. They
weeks.
were
Yeah, it's very
like a
close.
month,
Yeah.
a month apart. So I
like,
think that was the other problem.
and that's why I think like, all right, Charlotte Darlington are able to sell at both races because the first Charlotte and Darlington are in like May, and the second 2 are in like October and September. So you have, and like, yeah, if the Charlotte races were 3 weeks apart, I'd be at both. But most people probably wouldn't, because that's a lot of money you got to spend within a course of 3 weeks, on tickets, food, drinks, and all that stuff. So it kind of spreads it out. So that could also be another factor, but there's a lot that goes into it, I'm sure. But
If you bring back the All-Star race to Charlotte, are you okay with getting rid of your second Charlotte date?
sure,
Ooh.
just because the oval racing, if that gets us to Charlotte Oval, sure.
I think we should get rid of a date at Phoenix, a date at Atlanta. Those could be ones.
I agree.
I
I
agree.
think Talladega could lose a date too. I'd be fine with that.
No,
Oh, yeah.
don't take my super.
I'm fine with
speedways.
it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, they're not that good. Be honest.
I'm also still a Richmond hater, so take one from them too.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, again,
Actually, yeah. Let's get rid of a Richmond. Add like the Rock or something.
Yeah.
Bring back another short track that's exactly the fucking same. How about Iowa Speedway?
We go to Iowa. Get rid of your Talladega.
There you go.
golly, we're wheeling and dealing now. We're making it work.
Yeah.
I'll trade you one Iowa. I'll trade you one Dega for one Iowa. We're making the calls here. That's actually how NASCAR is going to do it.
I don't know, I'm falling into the same the same problem I have with road courses with super speedways. It's like it's just there's too many of them. Like I don't know. I think cut them down. 4's enough. I don't need 6.
Yeah.
And funny enough, Atlanta is the best super speedway race we got right now, I think.
You're not wrong, honestly.
So, if any of them deserve 2 dates, crucify me now, but it should be Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, Atlanta just
Based on racing product.
What if we did one race with the super speedway package and one without it?
I'd love to see a race without it.
Come on. Sign me up.
Yeah.
I think you have to be consistent, though. I think it might be kind of silly to do the same track with 2 different packages. I don't know. That seems funky to me. Like you're saying,
But we're
the
doing
spring
two of the
race
same right
use
now.
super speedway. What's that?
So we're doing 2
I
of the
don't know,
same
that
package
just seems
now,
kinda
so why not
weird.
switch it up and do 2 different packages.
I don't know. Seems kind of weird. Whatever.
I mean, we're already trying to cater to Chase Elliott, so we switch it
Sorry?
up a little.
Did you see that stupid Richmond ad?
Yeah.
He's gonna be here. Are you? Shut the fuck up.
I am ignoring all of you right now.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Brandon commented we have as many super speedways as we do road courses now.
That's
No,
exactly
that
my
is
point.
true. The more you know.
We had 4. We have 6. We had 2 road courses. I could do with more than 2 road courses. I think 4 is my limit for road courses.
Did we just get rid of them all and replace them all with street tracks
Holy
and intermediates?
shit.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's been great. Some of the best races this season been on those kind of tracks. So I think we just do the old jump the gun too quickly and just go ahead and
Just pack the schedule with
pack
them.
the schedule with them. Yep, remove all other kinds of racetracks. Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely does beg a question, and I'd be curious to see if NASCAR does anything to, switch tracks. Well, I think it's hard too, because then you're having to fill the schedule with new tracks that we're not running right now. You have to figure out new contracts for that. You're having to rework contracts with tracks that do have 2 races on the schedule. And I think it's just it'd be a lot of work for them to do that. So I don't know, like, logistically how that would work, especially if you're trying to play in dates where, for West Coast Swing or any kind of you don't want them going to Chicago Street Course, then going back to Rockingham, then going back up to do Chicagoland or something. So there'd be a lot of work with those schedule reworks as well. So that'd be
NASCAR's shown not to really give too much of a shit about that, though. Like, let's be honest. Look at the Clash. You go all the way out to California for a non-points race, go back to Daytona, and then go back to the West Coast. So I mean,
it's true.
They've kind of said you're fucked as far as that's concerned to the teams. That's what's so funny about hearing all this conversation about always wanting to save money. It's like we want to save money and then we do that.
Right.
Like that's the most efficient way to do the schedule, really? I don't feel like it is, but okay.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Yeah.
And
But yeah.
just because we're talking about road courses and schedules and dates, it sounds like IndyCar is pulling out of their August date for next year. So Indy Oval next year.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
White Checkered podcast.
Heard it here first,
I'm
folks.
very excited to see it.
Yeah.
Excited to see it, but if it doesn't work, I am ready to move on from Indy. If this car, which we've seen make shitty tracks good, if this car can't work there, then I'm ready to move on.
I feel like it's gonna work though. I have high hopes.
I mean, I have no real opinion. I'm going in with no expectation.
I mean, what
Every track that
I can convince myself both ways.
It's an awesome race.
It's true.
This is very true. Well, this I genuinely don't know. Like I have no idea. So I'm just kind of going. We'll see it. I don't know. I can make an argument for why I think it'll be crap and why I think it'll be good. So we'll see.
I don't know. It's one of your biggest races for the year. Like the Brickyard, it's prestigious in some ways. I don't know. I don't think it ever should have
that prestigious for us though? It's an IndyCar thing. It's IndyCar's hollow ground. Like if IndyCar starts racing at Daytona, is it a big deal for IndyCar?
Yeah, but who started kissing the bricks, Zach?
Yeah.
We
That's
did.
true.
As a matter of fact, Dale Jarrett did. Just to point that out. But I mean, it's got. We have some history.
Do they do that in IndyCar now? Speaking of
milk.
IndyCar, did you see that thing that Pocono, that Adam Stern thing? Pocono was the most watched motorsport of the year for NBC.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I forget the stat, but
I think it was main cable.
For a cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any kind of
for cable
in the
station.
U.S. Yeah.
That's wild.
It's very
That is wild.
Fucking Pocono.
Yeah.
I was trying to think like why, and is it just because of the heat wave? Like nobody's going outside and
Probably.
they're all just watching TV.
I didn't go outside on Sunday. Hot as heck here.
I don't know. I mean,
there's no other sports going on. You don't have USFL, XFL.
Where
those are going.
Where did we race before New Hampshire? Where did we go before New Hampshire? I can't remember.
Atlanta? It was Atlanta, yeah.
So I mean, exclude New Hampshire. That one was kind of like a meta race, but New Hampshire or not New Hampshire. I just said exclude it. Atlanta was a banger, and then the Chicago Street Course the week before that, banger.
That's true. We're on a
so
streak
it's
of
like
some good races.
I don't know. We get more eyeballs. Did people tune in? I think it is on the up.
I think it is too. I think it's about to take off. I mean, even with the charter system, you've seen what they're going for now. There's money getting dumped into this sport.
We just saw I just shared in our Discord chat. I shared a Stern link saying that the next charter is expected to sell for $30 million.
That's crazy.
They were $5 million in like 2020.
Yeah,
and which makes me concerned for Dale Jr. and his Cup team prospects because he was concerned about spending the money when they were $5 million. Yeah. Well, now they're 6 times that.
He should team up with Justin Herbert, who just signed a 5-year deal for $262 million. He could get almost 9 charters. So, boom, there you go.
Yeah, it's great investment for him. The way they're appreciating right now, seems like
I'm just waiting for that TV deal to come.
Well, and that's the other thing.
Yeah, right, 100%.
That TV deal is going to really shake stuff up.
We're 100% streaming now, only on this new streaming service. It's C-SPAN Plus. So you can watch your favorite
C-SPAN the Ocho.
You can watch your favorite congressional hearings and NASCAR exclusively on the streaming service. Only $120 a year.
Well, I mean, the big rumor is that teams are going to get a bigger cut of that TV money, which is just going to make the charter go up even more in value.
Right.
If now you increase your revenue from that, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
If you want to get in, I think now's the time to do it.
Yeah, really though. I mean, the one point I want to make about Indy was turn 2 at Pocono looked really good. Had some good racing through turn 2, didn't we? Isn't that the corner that's after Indy? Modeled after Indy?
Yep.
Kind of?
Yep.
Or is that IRP that one's modeled up?
No,
That's
it's
Indy.
Indy, but having one corner modeled after Indy is different than having 4 corners modeled
Well,
after Indy.
No, it's basically the same. It just means it's going to be 4 times as good. So it's going to be the best race of the year.
Sure,
as we go there, so.
I'm a believer.
Um,
Andrew said it. My opinions on racetracks are shit. So
yeah.
I just think the long straightaways are going to give your drafting ability to pass, and then you're going to have guys just stuffing it into the turn. And with those turns, you can overdrive it and hit the wall out. So I think there's a possibility it could be a good race, but we'll find out next year.
Well, Alex and Brandon both said at the same time, do we trust Goodyear to bring a capable tire? I'm assuming they're talking about Indy.
Well, they don't fall off as it is, so I think we'll be fine.
They're giving us rocks right now.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't had tire issues since that 2008 season, have we? We run Indy a bunch of times since then, so I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. True. Well, pretty interesting stuff, though. I'd like to see him go back to Indy, but it'll just be 4 times as good as Pocono. So
there you go.
Scientifically proven.
82% on Jeff Gluck's poll, good race poll, which is really surprising.
It really is, so
especially considering Denny
won.
Was it? Like 82%, I think.
Holy shit!
And with Larson fans, I figured they would have been voting no a lot more.
Let me check, see where it finished. I think it was like 81 point something. I think is what
That's
it was.
crazy. I was expecting like maybe 75, but I don't know. The pit strategy, just the whole race was fantastic. Like there was always something going on, and I don't know. I really thought it was a great race.
81.1.
Very good.
Wow, that's impressive.
Larson fans are probably too busy at their rallies.
Yelling the N-word, yeah.
So.
Number 3 of the 14 Pocono races on the poll. Apparently 2021, the doubleheader got 83.4 and 81.9. So those are the 2 that were ahead of it.
What year was that?
That was 21. They did the doubleheader when they raced Saturday and Sunday.
Oh,
that one, the COVID season, was 20.
Yeah, 20 was COVID season.
Yeah. That was like I vote any race, yes, for during the COVID season because it's the only
You could probably throw all those scores away. We were just happy to have racing back.
Just like you could probably throw away the champion for that year too. So
yeah,
100%.
Say that again, please.
What?
Throw away Chase Elliott's championship. That's what he said.
Yeah. It's okay. I know that's funny too much, Joe, since you're more of a
So NASCAR news, huh? What?
Huh?
Yep.
What?
Well, anything else for Pocono?
Kyle Busch, 100th KBM win.
That's right. Trucks.
Well, overall, but yeah.
Yes, sir. I might get that talk cast.
That'd be a cool
Yeah,
one to
congrats
get.
on that.
Did you see RCR revealed a new sponsor scheme for him? I think it might be Richmond that racing it.
Oh, yeah, I did
Wallet
see
X or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that looks amazing.
Looks pretty sick. That was a fun one.
That one.
Joe's probably gonna get that
they
back
shared
too.
them.
Huh?
Is
there an app day on it? No, then I'm not getting it. Yeah.
As a Kyle Busch fan, I fully approve of the paint schemes that he's been rocking since joining RCR. They are a million times better.
Yeah, absolutely. Been some cool ones. Well, cool. Well, I guess on to news. Somewhat big piece of news this week. We saw Justin Haley sign a deal for Rick Ware Racing.
Bold move.
Bold move.
See if that pays off for him.
Yeah.
Probably won't.
Definitely.
I mean,
so
it sounds really, 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 really stupid, but
he's taking Brad's seat.
In what, 5 years?
2.
Yeah.
Brad, you think Brad's gone in 2?
Yeah. 100%. Like, look at Brad every week when he gets out of that race car. That man is old. He's getting the old person weight. Like, he's getting fat. He's not running well. So right now you got this Rick Ware deal. What's going to happen is after that, if Brad says, okay, I'm done, boom, Justin Haley goes into that car.
Well, I think there's going to be a real, because now it sounds like that's the alliance, like where it was SHR and Rick Ware, it's going RFK and Rick Ware. And I mean, there might be something there. I mean, they're putting Ryan Newman in the car. They're not getting lapped like they used to. I mean, it used to be Rick Ware would get lapped 6 times before a comp caution. You know, they're not as bad. It seems like a bold move to move away from Colleague, but
they're still bad.
I mean, yeah, but sometimes you got to take a
They're
step
not
back and
as
take a
bad.
step forward. Right?
Yeah.
They're showing a desire to improve, which is all we ever wanted from them, right? Like
Yeah.
that's why we memed on them, because they ran scuff tires all race and they didn't fucking do anything, and they were 6 seconds off the pace.
Yeah. I mean, 2 years ago they were getting lapped on lap 4.
Yep.
Right.
Last year they showed a little bit of speed, nothing like they are now, but they're getting there. I mean, hell, Yaley had like a top 15 finish last week.
Yeah, so I mean, there's some effort going on there, which is all me personally ever wanted to see from Wickware. Like I hated the idea of a team just holding onto a charter and making money off the system, but it looks like they're finally starting to reinvest in their program and trying to find some kind of speed. So, Haley getting in on the ground floor of that, maybe Colleague wasn't offering him a deal he wanted or was very happy with. So, as Justin Haley said, Rick just kept coming.
He sure
Good
did.
for him. Good for him.
That's
Sure
a
did.
direct quote. So,
Well, Drake stepped away, so
I mean, you look at John Hunter Nemechek, right? Everybody thought he was ridiculous for going away from FRM, which, seeing where FRM is now, maybe it was, because they are showing speed. But at the time, they were really slow. So going all the way back to trucks, oh my God, what's he doing? But he bet on himself. He started winning in trucks, got an Xfinity ride, winning there, and now he's in line to go to JGR Cup team. So, speaking of, there's a rumor of an ex-JGR Xfinity driver making a switch. Brennan Jones supposedly coming back. Since we're in the news segment.
Interesting.
I find that kind of...
I don't know. I mean, it is a rumor.
He's trash.
It is a rumor.
It's a DBC rumor, so,
Yeah.
I've seen it on Twitter.
Oh, it must be true then.
It must be true then.
Yes.
But I'm just saying additional...
What's Twitter, Zach?
On X. Yeah.
On the X.
Showing your
X.
age there, bud.
Yeah.
Showing your age.
The X. I'm just saying, I've seen it more in one spot, so I don't know if that adds to its credibility. I
don't get it. Like,
don't get
I've
what?
never liked Brandon Jones. I don't think he's that good of a driver, right?
It's terrible.
But you have John Hunter right now. You have Sammy Smith. You have Jesse Love and Arca. Like, you've got some talented drivers. Why are you going to go back to this old guy that never showed any?
Because he brings
promise?
Menards money.
Yep. That's really the only answer.
Man, I don't know. I don't like it.
Nobody likes it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with those lower series, especially. I don't think you see it too much in Cup, but I mean, the sponsors are really loyal to drivers. Seems like in Xfinity. So you bring a big dollar sponsor, you go wherever you want.
Yeah.
Nature of the beast.
So is Junior dropping him, or is Joe Gibbs trying to get him back? I think we know.
I don't know. I don't think anybody's trying to get him back. I think they're trying to get his checks back.
Yes.
So I don't know. JRM though as a whole has been kind of fucked this year.
Yeah. They haven't had the speed that we expected, but they've also
keep wrecking each other.
Yeah. They threw on Saturday.
Oh man, Josh Berry.
They've been throwing all season.
Yeah. I mean, Daytona, they should have finished, like, what, first through fourth?
Yeah. And it's just...
Like, half of them wrecked out, I think. I think one car finished out of 4 of them.
Yeah, it was bad. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. But in addition to that rumor, old Drake's favorite driver, Carson Hocevar, is supposedly
I saw
getting
that.
a Cup ride.
I'm not
Where do you think he's going?
Rick
Gotta be Spire, right?
77. Yeah.
Spire, yeah. Good fit for him.
We'll see what happens there.
Speaking of Spire, Ty Dillon's going to be up there now, guys. He got a new crew chief.
That's right.
Oh no, that was definitely the problem.
That was
needed
the
to
issue.
fixed. Yeah. He'll be in the playoffs before you know it now.
He'll go from 36th to 33rd.
It's gonna be like Inter Miami with Messi. It's suddenly gonna turn around their entire season. Gonna be
oh man,
from bottom to top real quick. Yeah. Oof.
Well.
Interesting call there. Well, any other news? SVG come back at Indy.
Yep. Running it back.
Run it back.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Hey, that's his seat until he loses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
I'm happy to see him
Oh.
go against our boys at a little bit different scenario than Chicago.
RCR guy.
Do what?
RCR signed a.
Yes, I don't remember his
supercar guy.
name, but
I
he's
don't
another
either.
supercar guy. So we'll see. He said
Yeah.
any of the top 10 or whatever in supercars could come here and do what I just did. Well, we're gonna have 2 of them at
Yeah.
Indy at a track that
Track. Yeah.
we have experience at. Our guys know. So we'll see how he does.
Yeah.
10th place.
And we also got Kumi. I can't say his name. Kobayashi. I can't say his first name.
Oh, okay. He's gonna race there
He's gonna race at Indy.
with who?
Jensen Button. 2311 67 car.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then not Travis
15.
Pastrana. Yeah, Jensen Button gonna be running the 15. So tell me NASCAR doesn't have the highest standard of competition in the world.
Mm-hmm.
We got V8 supercars, Formula One, sports car racing, and everything.
NASCAR
All
is on
represented.
the up and up. I'm just saying.
100%.
Well,
It's growing.
Yep. Yeah, I love it. Well, before we move on to Richmond, if you are watching this on the YouTube stream, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for us. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button, but the thumbs up button does help the stream get broadcasted out a little bit more, helps the algo. So if you are currently watching the stream, or if you're watching the replay of it, feel free to hit that like button down below. Would really appreciate that. Help us out. Yes, that means you. Thanks, Andrew.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Richmond next week. Can't
Woo.
wait. Everyone's favorite race.
Love
I feel like
Richmond.
the one this
year
is actually pretty
It was
good
pretty good.
for Richmond. That
Yeah.
might have been because my expectations were on the ground for that race, so it ended up being a lot better than I expected, or it might have just been objectively a good race. But I'm not as I feel like normally going to Richmond, like, well, here's a race, I'll kind of put it on the background while I sit on my phone or play some video games or
play Rocket
something.
League.
Yeah, play Rocket League, but might actually pay a little more attention to this one. So, yeah, what's everyone's thoughts on it?
It's gonna be hot.
Gonna be hot.
Gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot
Yep.
here this weekend. So
That could help.
Slick. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
hot and slick. Yeah, that'll be good. Hopefully they bring a better tire, a little more fall off.
I think Monday though they're doing that new splitter test thing. I think
Oh,
they were
the
supposed to do it in New
underwing thing?
Hampshire. Yeah, they're supposed to do it in New Hampshire, but they didn't for whatever reason. And I think I heard they're doing it Monday.
Okay.
So that could be one fun thing that comes out. If Richmond sucks, maybe we'll see what comes of that test. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for it. You know, I like Richmond. I don't care. I think it usually has some good strategy, and it will be hot and slick. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fun.
Cool.
Very good.
It's only our one of 2 normal oval races left of the regular season.
Oh yeah.
Richmond
Yeah.
and Michigan. Then we're at road courses and super speedway. So
Wow.
Yeehaw,
how
brother.
you feeling, Joe? Is Chase gonna get a win? Is he gonna get there?
I mean, he ran better this week. I think he finished.
He's gonna be at
top
Richmond,
10.
as it turns out. That's what the promo
Yeah.
told me.
Oh,
He'll be there
Is
with
he?
you.
That's good to know.
I think he's racing at
didn't know
Richmond. I think so.
that. Okay, sweet.
Did he?
Um,
he
He's
missed
actually
the
not
last
taking the week
Richmond
off.
race, right?
Maybe that's why they're team.
Yeah.
Yes,
I just thought
yeah.
about that. He missed the other one.
He'll be here this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show up.
Please buy tickets.
Please.
There you go.
So-
But I feel good still. But
I think his chances get a little better each week. I don't like his chances at Richmond, but I think HMS has been fast here, so maybe he'll have something. But Michigan, I think you can feel a little bit better about, and then obviously the road courses. And then I think if HMS gets to Daytona, you're going to see 3 HMS cars lined right up behind Chase.
oh yeah,
And anyone who's running HMS equipment or motors or
has the Chevy bow tie on their front is gonna be
anybody who is
walking behind.
aligned with Chevy is going to be pushing that 9 to the front.
So
Come on.
since we're talking points real quick, 15th and 16th are only 27 points above the cut line. Are you feeling safe at that point?
No. You got to get 14th. I don't feel okay until I'm 14th.
Yeah.
Oh, and 14th is plus 111 on the cut line. So
it's just winners. I'm just talking winners, not even really points, just because. Richmond, Michigan, I don't think anything crazy will happen, but you got 2 road courses in Daytona. That's 3 opportunities for somebody you might not be accounting for. Like a Daniel Suarez.
Allmendinger could hop up in there.
Yeah,
with
AJ Allmendinger.
He's 17 out right now, but I mean, he gets a win. He locks himself in. You know,
Daniel Suarez. Who's to say? You know,
right. That's what I'm saying.
Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs has been running real good.
Dude, I thought Ty Gibbs was going to win this week. He looked
very
car.
good.
Yeah.
He's been gaining speed, and he's good at road courses. So who knows? Maybe he sneaks one. You never know.
He's a full year into the Cup now, so I expect more.
Yeah, I mean, you got three guys who could easily win one who are outside the cut right now. So even if you're like, 14th or even 13th, I'd be a little nervous.
Yeah.
You know, I not all these tracks are playing these drivers' suits per se. I mean, Suarez got to win on a road course. I mean, obviously Chase, known for being good at road courses. You know, anyone can win on a super speedway. Bowman, you know, could win Michigan or, you know, Daytona, but I definitely would be nervous. And, you know, I don't want to see that happen because I want to see Michael make it in on points. But he could also just win his way in because he's also good at road courses and super speedways. So, I mean, I'd love to see that. So, Michael, I'd honestly love to see Michael make it on points alone.
I would like to see that more than a win.
Yeah, me too. Just because, I mean, him even being this late in the season and being 16th in point or like 16th in, you know, playoff standings right now is awesome to see. Like that's a win in of itself, even if he doesn't end up making it into the playoffs. But I'd love to see him points his way in. You know,
I think it'd be validating, like with how everybody was like, you know, all that playoff spots wasted on McDowell and stuff like that back when he won the 500. You know, having him get his way in there on points would be like, I don't know, some sort of validation on that.
Absolutely.
I think
absolutely would be. I would love that.
Good for that team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, I hope they don't kick him out. I hope he doesn't go to SHR. I want to see him keep going with FRM.
Yeah.
Dude, what 100%. The hell is going on with SHR?
I don't know.
We mentioned that their Rick Ware thing seems to be going to RFK now. So, I don't know.
I'm not entirely convinced that they are on their way out at Ford. I think they're going to make a return to Chevy in the next few years.
See it.
Or
we shall see. Or Dodge.
Maybe a good candidate for a new manufacturer if we ever get one.
Yeah.
Which, with the NASCAR's been going, could definitely see some people wanting to hop in on that train. So we'll see though. But
I think that's what that hybrid power plant's going to do. That I'm convinced is coming.
I'm not disagreeing with you there by any means. I agree with you for sure.
I mean, I'm not the only one that thinks that. I think a lot of people know that a hybrid power plant's coming at some point. I think that's when the 1,000 horsepower is coming back. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Come on.
But yeah, I don't know. SHR is just fucked. But it's not just them. Like Ford as a whole, we've talked about all season. Ford just sucks. Like even Penske. Like where are you at most of the time, Penske? The strongest Fords right now are the RFK cars. It seems like on a consistent basis.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, we'll see.
Richmond, woo.
Richmond. A couple of other motorsports news. Formula One, obviously, we had Max with an easy win. I was really excited for that race with Hamlin on the pole, and then just one corner in.
Hamlin?
No longer excited.
Hamlin?
Sorry, Hamlin.
Denny Hamlin?
Yeah, Denny. Yeah, Lewis Hamlin. Lewis Hamlin.
And that was talking F1.
Yep. Then Newgarden with a double win at Iowa, or wins the doubleheader, I guess overall.
IndyCar did one tweet about it that I saw, so they did better marketing this week. I did see one tweet.
Oh yeah.
The old lady went to the races on Sunday. Said it was a great time. Concerts were awesome. Said there was a lot more to do than when we went back in. We went in 2020, so. There wasn't much going on. It was like
that's a low bar there. Yeah.
But No, said it was a great time and they put on a great show. So
Cool.
good things there.
Awesome. Then SRS is back, apparently. I think it was their second week this week.
This past
Yeah, I
weekend.
hate that they're racing Thursdays though, because I missed it because I'm running NIS.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
keep forgetting it's
It's
happening.
It's on ESPN as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Kyle Busch in this week, so Zach,
There you
Joe,
go.
make sure
Yep.
y'all tune in.
What?
I'll be running NIS.
Anyway,
I will not because I don't like Kyle Busch at all.
That's your diecast.
You
your
love
show
Kyle
differently.
Busch.
So,
You're-
I love Kyle Busch so much.
there
I
it
just
is.
such a big fan.
So,
You love Kyle.
Allegedly.
You love the new Kyle, Joe.
Allegedly.
You love the new Kyle Busch. Don't lie.
Kill count. Few additions this week. Andrew, who we got?
We got David Gilliland with 1. We
Mhm.
got Seabell with 1, and Corey LaJoy with 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I
Didn't give
forgot
Hamlin
Seatbelt did
1
take Larson out.
because I don't think he took him out.
No for Reddick.
I don't think so.
I mean, no, we didn't take him out, but he did kill.
Austin Dillon?
He did. Well, the wreck killed.
He turned across his nose.
Yeah.
All right, give it. All right, give it to Dylan. Give
I
Silverstone
stubbed my
one.
toe. I'm putting the table on.
Carlo.
Give
Spotter said
Dylan
clear.
one. I was. I'm more put that on there
Put the
just because.
spotter on it.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Joey still has a commanding kill count lead.
Yeah.
Not surprising at all.
Nope. Lisa.
Who started that one that wrecked him and Suarez?
I don't know. It was like
We didn't talk about that either. Joey's
Yeah.
little blow up in the car and his
yeah.
idea about the flats.
You
Screw
can't
him.
change the flats on the track.
I think I love my idea about it. Of course I would. Why wouldn't I?
I think I have great ideas.
I have wonderful ideas, but I think each team should provide a support truck. And if a car is stuck flat, you send the team truck out, change the tires, get the car going. You can put sponsors on it and everything. It'd be cool as shit.
I think it's too unsafe.
It is, 100%.
It is, yeah.
I think we should add a way to hook the car up to like a crane type deal.
I don't. Why don't we get one of those flatbeds that goes off the back of the truck and lays flat on the ground?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you wouldn't be able to pick it
The
up
thing
that
is they
well
wanna
on a
make it fast.
banking.
So
Yeah.
the thing is, how fast can you do it? So that's why I'm thinking add like some kind of support on the roof and be able to.
Cars are fucking heavy
hook the
though.
fucking thing.
Yeah.
3,400 pounds. Where are you going to mount that at?
Yeah. To the roll cage, have a hook sticking through. I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure there's a piece of equipment out there that can do it, but I mean, they have those flatbeds that like fold out and lay down completely flat on the ground for like super low cars to get on.
You
So,
know
I mean-
what? I think we're just missing the whole point. Fuck Joey Logano. We
Yes,
should
I
just let
agree.
him out on track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just leave it
he's-
there.
that's a skill issue on his end, honestly.
Actually. Yep.
Don't flatten the tires. Boom, done.
Yep.
Get
Easy.
run flats. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Idiot. Drive better.
Exactly.
Well, on to Survivor Pool. Zach, you want to give
Yeehaw.
us an update from last week?
No, because I'm not ready. All right. Let's play BMG. I'm sorry.
Wow.
All right. Yep, dedicated. So, last week, Pocono. Well, Joe won in a surprising upset.
Yay. Go me.
Actually, no, Joe, you won back at Atlanta too. Wow.
I did. I'm
Joe's on a roll.
just better. Yeah.
He won, finished last, and he won again. So he's just all over the board. Better than me though.
First
Can't
and
remember
last.
last time I got one.
I'm a home run or strikeout hitter.
Apparently so.
Tied, though.
Yeah, we are. So Joe was the winner with Bubba, who finished 11th. I had Eric, who was 12th, and then we had Drake with Brad, who finished 16th,
Not last.
and Andrew had Bowman, who was 24th. So, Andrew, who you want? I just realized we picked these off air, so this goes a little smoothly. We went completely backwards.
We did. Oh, whoa, yeah.
We did. Shit.
None of you pick my pick.
I was going to
But
say, I was
anyway-
like, why am I going
Who'd Joe pick?
second to last?
All right, so we
Yeah.
could have to redo this anyway. So ignore the picks you see. Andrew, who do you want? Because I took Ryan Priest from you, so you really got Ryan Priest. If you want him.
I'm gonna stick with Eric Almirola.
All right, so Andrew picked Eric Almirola.
Sticking
He's sticking with him.
I'm sticking with Kyle Larson.
Drake's sticking with Larson. I will stick with my pick of Ryan Priest. It was a
And
semi-throwaway.
I will stick with Slowy, even though F
So
him.
no changes.
Cool.
Just our whole ploy is gone now, though, Zach, because
Listen,
we let everyone think we were picking them.
everybody knows that watches
Sometimes
the
we
cooking
do.
show that they don't actually put the food in the oven for the time
It's like on
period that they say they do.
Zoom. Like the kids show Zoom. If anyone watch that, we're like, here's one we prepared earlier.
Yeah, everybody knows that's not how it works. There's a little TV magic that goes on. Well, the same applies here. We want things to move a little smoothly. So,
Sorry,
and me
I think
fat
we just-
fingering a keyboard while I'm trying to copy and paste and format this, that, and the other thing. Just it takes a while.
fair.
Oh shit! I just
Huh.
realized. So I just shared a link in our chat here. That's Sterling Marlin's daughter
Mm-hmm.
talking at the Nashville Fairgrounds hearing, and honestly, she killed it because everyone's sitting there saying not to do it because there's a racetrack 21 miles and blah blah blah, and she's like, "Yeah, there's 21 miles away. You
That's the
could move
problem.
21 miles away from the racetrack too."
Get her ass. Get their ass.
Yeah.
Got him. I love that.
Pop off. Go off, Queen.
Fuck yeah.
Well, cool.
All right.
Well, any other things we need to hit, or
I don't think
anything
so.
else? Anyone else have any closing statements?
You got
Mm.
you got an OnlyFans.
Got an
yeah, we
OnlyFans,
do have an
yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Hit us with it.
We technically had two, but Brandon, we did yours like
Brandon,
2 weeks ago.
you did the same question. You can't Control C, Control V the OnlyFans question.
Brandon said,
Yeah.
we brought this up earlier in the chat. He said, sorry, been busy. It's been busy, so missed a couple episodes. I said, unbelievable, Brandon, unacceptable.
Yeah.
He said, I apologize for my heinous and unprofessional manner. So at least he apologized. Brandon will never miss another episode again.
All them sponsorship dollars
Come on, man.
for running our paint scheme.
Unbelievable.
You know,
It can't even-
I expect you to listen.
Unbelievable. All of the money we spent on the iRacing car.
I know.
Okay, so we do have another one
Sure.
from Jacob. So would you rather question?
Uh-oh.
Oh
Would
boy.
you rather never have to stop at a stoplight again, or be ignored by cops when speeding?
Cops, easy.
Cops.
Yeah.
Easily.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking the stoplights.
Really?
So you don't run into them that often, though. I
Never?
drive.
Yeah, Midwest.
No,
Come
no,
on.
no.
Yeah, do y'all
No,
even
I
have
drive-
stoplights
no.
out there?
Hold
I
on.
drive 30 miles to work. It's 3 stoplights. I'm on the highway for 30 miles.
Okay,
Well,
so
not
yeah,
30
it
miles.
makes
I drive
sense for
30
you.
miles. I'm on the highway for 25 of the miles.
So there's a Yahoo article that I saw. The average American spends 59 hours a year at red lights.
Where
You make up for it with the speeding, baby.
Exactly.
Easy.
Or if
Yeah.
you speed,
Yeah.
you have more
But
time at that light,
guess it's-
so
I
higher
bet you-
chance of hitting a green light.
You got to
Yeah.
think cities are skewing that number because cities are high dense population areas with a lot of people with a lot of traffic lights. So if
Yeah.
you can go through the stoplights, that's great. But what if you're 4 rows back and the other 4 people in front of you can't go through it?
Now, are
So
you
now what?
saying
Now you're stuck.
you saying you can just run every red light, or are you saying the lights
Yeah.
all turn green as you go?
The lights turns green as you
Okay.
go. Like you never have to slow down. Nothing. You just.
So I was like, that's an easy
cruise.
way to get T-boned if you just ignore
Yeah,
the
yeah.
red
No,
lights,
no.
and then plus you're behind traffic anyway. So if you're even the second car in line, you're still stopping for that red light. But
Yeah.
I still
Nope,
haven't changed my
flow
answer. I don't think
going
it's
for you.
Yeah, I still just I
Yeah,
prefer just
speed.
Really?
Speed.
Okay.
That'd be fun, man. too.
Speed.
Actually, I don't know because I still speed like cops ignore me anyway. So I don't know.
Exactly. Same
I
here.
really
I'll
wouldn't
take the
change my
ticket.
speed.
It's true. That's a good. point.
Allegedly.
I'm still openly breaking the law every time I drive, whether the cops are ignoring me or
I was
not.
driving
Yeah, I'm
today.
still gonna drive 80 through all those green
Yeah.
lights, but
I was driving today down a road. It's like 4 lanes, the median. I was driving Lindsay or Badge. There wasn't many cars on the road, and I was like, there's not really any places on this road for cops to really be sitting, like in a speed
Yeah.
trap. Unless like pass one going the same direction as me. Like where are they how are they gonna get me? So I was just like, I'm gonna go a good little 10, 15 over allegedly. I could have if I wanted to. Definitely did not. Definitely observed all speed limit laws, but
Sure.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
of
just
course.
so I don't know. Maybe especially with the amount of stoplights on my commutes too. I'm like, maybe green would be good. That'd be kind of nice. I actually, yeah, I think I changed my answer.
I have. I've changed mine. I thought it was ridiculous, but you know what? Meh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think I'm team stoplight.
Yeah.
Green, baby.
All green. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's a
Cool.
good question. Thought
That was a fun question. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yep.
Jacob.
I like the would you rather. So
Yeah. So
Keep
feel
them
free
coming.
to go to our website to submit those questions it's gwcpod.com.
Or sign to our DMs.
Or sign our DMs, of course. But
yeah.
any kind of questions, whether it's NASCAR related or just like questions about like our interest or just kind of would you rather's like that are fun too. So feel free to submit them and we'll talk about it on the pod every week. So, but yeah, that's about all we got for this week. Thank you all for listening per usual. We will be back next week to discuss how Richmond was and of course about Michigan, any kind of drama that went on during the week or during the races. But feel free to look us up on our socials,